website called How to Make Change in Your Life Right Now. I'm very excited to do this video because there's a few things that I think you haven't thought about, or maybe you've thought about a little, that I know can help make some change in your life so that you start doing things that are worthwhile and beneficial to yourself. And what I want to do here is, and this is why I have this application opened, is show you this circle here, and I want you to think of this circle as a big giant pie, a very tasty apple pie, because that's what I like, or whatever pie you like. And what's interesting about this is you can think of your daily activities as this piece of pie. I like to call it the life pie. And the reason I call it the life pie is because you can take this whole section and represent 24 hours in the day. And the first thing I want to do here is take a typical representation that most people have of their daily activities. So one of the first things I'll put in here is sleep, because most people have to sleep. Unless you're some kind of vampire, then you're pretty lucky you have to sleep. So here is the slice for that right there, and we're going to put a color in there like this. There we go. So that's part of your life pie. Another part of your life pie is going to work or going to school or both. And this is actually a pretty big piece of the pie. It's bigger than the sleep portion of the pie, unless you like to sleep at your job. And so I'm going to draw that piece of the pie right here. It's pretty big. We spend most of our time working and going to school, if you go to school, but most of us work. Here it is. And as you can see, most of the pie is already covered, and that's only 2 items. But there's still other things that people do, so I want to put those in as well. The next one I'd like to put in is eating / going to the bathroom. This isn't a huge piece of pie unless you really like to spend time eating or you take a long time going to the bathroom, but I'm not going to go there for this video. There is that piece right there, and we're going to fill it in like that. That's kind of the same color, so let's go yellow. There we go. Next, I'm going to call this next piece quality time, or soul activity time. And this is time spent in soul-driven projects. And what I mean by that is the things that, if you really look deep down inside yourself, these are the things that you want to do and you know you should do. Such as exercising, healthy eating, or it could be some book that you want to write, or it could be some business you want to start, or some website you want to do, something that you deep down want to do but you just haven't taken the time to do. And I'd be willing to reckon that most people's slice of the pie for that is pretty small, unfortunately, if at all. But I'm going to put a little sliver here, and we're going to give it a nice tint here like this, and there it is. And then the last piece, you're probably wondering, well, if this is the last piece and it's going to take up all that space right there, what is it? Well, I'm going to call this leisure time, and this is time you spend trying to get comfortable, or time you spend relaxing, trying to get away from life's problems. And this includes watching TV or lounging around doing nothing, or anything in the pursuit of your own comforts. And I'm going to fill this in with a color here. Bam, look at that. A huge piece of pie there. Now, if this was actually an apple pie, I wouldn't mind eating that piece, but as far as this is concerned, I don't want anything to do with that piece being that big. And so let's take a minute and examine what we have here. See, the leisurely piece of pie is so big, and I hear so many people say that they don't have time to exercise, or they don't have time to eat healthy food, or they don't have time to worry about investing in money and doing a website because it just takes too much time. Well, if you look at this pie here, and it represents 24 hours in a day, we have a problem. And in a sense, those people are correct, because there is no time. 24 hours in the day are covered right here. But here is the magic of examining your life pie. And this is what you can do. Pretend that you have one of those a pie knife in your hand, a nice big slicing knife. And what you're going to do is take that knife and you're going to actually slice pieces of this pie here and replace it with what I called before soul-driven projects. This is, and quality time, soul-driven projects, and then other things like exercise and healthy eating. And so, for instance, if you're spending 3 hours a night watching TV and doing nothing, you can take that knife and slice in to that time like this. And you can cut out as much or as little as you want, but I recommend you could probably take at least an hour, if not more. So if you did an hour, it'd be about this sum amount right here. And you can actually replace that with your soul driven activity or your exercise or healthy eating or whatever it is. And basically all you're doing is saying, okay, from 6 to 7 instead of 6 to 9, I'm going to take 6 to 7 and I'm going to go run or do jumping jacks or learn how to exercise. And immediately your slice of pie for soul driven activities has increased greatly. And you can even look at the time you're sleeping. Now, it's important to get sleep, but if you want to start waking up a little earlier, you can start slicing into your sleep pie with soul driven activity. There's the slice. Maybe get up at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning and take another hour and work on your soul driven projects. See that? The important pieces of the pie are ever increasing. And now the last one that I want you to think about is when you're at work. I see a lot of people at work and have seen a lot of people at work who play solitaire, who are sitting around saying they're bored, and this kind of drives me crazy because you could be taking that time and reading a book on real estate or reading a book on stocks or doing something beneficial that you know is going to help you in your life. And I'm going to take a slice of pie here, and that's going to represent the free time you have at work, and we're just going to fill that in. Now look what we have here. We have a pie that has completely changed. You have 3 pieces added for soul-driven projects and quality time. And what's interesting about this is that first it's going to be very weird doing this. You're not going to like the taste of your pie because you're so used to your life being a certain way and not making time for what I'm calling the soul-driven projects and the quality time. But if you keep at it and fight through the resistance that you're going to have, something interesting could happen. In a few months, you'll start to get used to having these new pieces of pie as part of your life. And if you are truly persistent and creative and really work on adding value to yourself and others, this might happen right here. Your time spent in work right here could have this happen. This is the magic of using your life pie, examining your life pie to make a change. Look at that. What just happened? Your entire slice of work pie turned into a soul-driven project. Your pie is almost completely soul-driven now with some of the necessities of sleep and leisure, along with eating and going to the bathroom. If you're really fortunate, if you really work at it, you can have a life that is driven by your quality time and your soul-driven projects, the things that you know you want to do, whether it's that website or that business. And that's really what I want to reiterate here is a life pie of soul-driven projects. This is something I am currently trying to achieve right now. I don't have this soul-driven project slice of the pie. I have a regular work pie that I go to, and it's a good job. But I'm looking to have my pie look like this. And I know that if you pursue having your life pie look like this, that you're going to notice a great change in your life and the amount of energy you have and the amount of happiness you have because you're going to be following what your heart is telling you to do. And that's a very important thing. So I thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you.